there's always going to be excuses for why you cannot do something, whether it's starting a company, whether it's making a movie, starting a YouTube channel, um, making music. I don't know. Applying to that job, asking that person out, whatever it is that you want to do, but have a million excuses not to.
Hello, world. I'm actually in Malibu, California. Beautiful, beautiful. There's surfers out there, and I'm actually this beautiful house called the Adamson House. It's preserved by the city. It's a museum by itself. It's beautiful. If you're out here, you should definitely check it out if you haven't. I was actually driving this morning, and as you guys know, Malibu had the fires a few months ago, and the city is still working hard to clean up and to take care of stuff. And so a big part of the PCH, or the Pacific Highway, which runs along the coast, it's actually one of the most beautiful things. You got the coast on one side and the mountains on the other. Was blocked off, so I had to kind of take a detour, and then I somehow ended up just across this place to grab some breakfast. And so I decided to come take a look at this, which I might have never found if it wasn't for this stumbled accident. The family, that built this place, they were looking for oil in California, but instead they found the clay and the material that we now know as Malibu tiles, or those beautiful artwork tiles that we see everywhere. If I had taken the PCH like 100 times before, I would have probably zipped past this place and never stopped by. But it was that sudden shift of choices and doing something different, despite me having a certain plan in my mind, that got me to this wonderful experience. How these moments have always unfolded, and just the amount of things I've been able to do through these opportunities that come and go when I'm not thinking, when I'm not in my head, when I'm not trying to control the outcome in a certain way. So I wanted to kind of share with you guys the story of how I made my first feature film, Heartbreak Hotel, back in 2019. I shot the film. I just decided in 2018 that I was going to make a movie. I don't know why, how, when. I just been a year out of film school, or a little more than that, and I had to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to stay in this country, and I didn't know really anything else. But I said, hey, I got access to a bunch of gear from the film school, so I'm going to make a movie, just one way or another. Funny enough, the first script I wrote was very different, and in the process of writing it, I got mugged. I lost my laptop, which actually had the script that I was writing, the only version of it offline. Because I got mugged, I felt this burning need to now actually make the movie no matter what, and to make that experience worth it. And so I wrote again. I wrote on my phone while traveling on the train in New York, and just a lot of other things like that. By the end of that year, December of 2018, I got a cast together. It was an ensemble film. I can leave the link to the trailer below. I had these amazing actors and a lot of my friends from film school who wanted to work on something big, so it just fell in together. I got all this equipment, and all I needed was pretty much a location, because the whole film was set in one bar in one night. It was designed to be easy to make. And again, I was attached to the idea that I need to have a budget so I can rent out a bar and I can shoot it this way. And I went and saw maybe 20, 30 different places. I ran a Kickstarter campaign even, and it really did not raise much. I do thank the people who did contribute. One of my actors, Carlo, shout out if you're watching, and thank you so much, decided to chip in as an executive producer as well. Things just fell into place. New Year's Eve 2018, I still remember it so clearly. I was looking for spots to shoot at, and somehow I came across this location on Instagram, this very typical Brooklyn warehouse looking space that was being rented for events and weddings and things like that. They had like this one setup that looked like a bar, and I was like, hey, maybe I could do something here, right? He asked me to come over, so I did. The night of New Year's Eve. He was so nice that he actually said I could film without paying, and if I made any profits, I could give it to him. I got a location for free, and what I had thought of as a 5 or 6 day shoot now came down to a 3-day shoot. But I think that was the biggest blessing of all. We had 2 cameras, we shot it like a sitcom, 3 walls pretty much. It's a beautiful location. Got there the night before with my producer Philip.
Turns out my mic died out, and so I'm gonna hope that the sound on this is okay. But I just want to show you guys a little bit where I'm at. It's Malibu on one side, and then it's a beautiful house on the other. But I was just trying to finish up what I was saying earlier, and Yeah, I was thanking my crew, Philip, Zaha, Kripa, and we built the set, and it was beautiful. It was something that I've never actually imagined it to be. I imagined this dirty surf bar, dive bar kind of vibes to it, and instead it turned into something so wonderful and magical. Um, and till this day, I'm so grateful to everyone. And there was a lot of issues the movie had with the sound, which I did not know how to fix. I did not have the tools to fix for a long time, but I have fixed it now, and just waiting for some final, official stuff to kind of clear before the movies can be available for all of you to watch. And I will keep you posted on all of that. So just like the surfers behind me, I don't know if you guys can see them, but I think it comes back down to just flowing with it. And sometimes it's okay to not have a plan. It's okay to not know how you're gonna do things, or even if it's gonna, make sense, how it's gonna happen, or if it's gonna happen. The whole world might tell you it's not possible, but I just want to remind you that there's always gonna be those excuses. But the key is to not let those excuses have more power than the passion that we have for what we want to do. Because when we have that passion and we keep moving in the right direction, you know, I think that's that saying about like you do 90% of the work and the universe swoops in the end. And I think time and again that is always what I've experienced, and I'm so grateful for. I wouldn't be where I am in my life without those moments, and I have somehow gotten lucky, and I have always managed to find ways to make things happen that I've wanted. And I feel that's really something that any of us can do. That is something that no matter what you want to do, you can do. Is get to that goal, achieve it somehow. Just stop worrying about the rules or the way things should be done or the end results or whatever it is. Just trust that you're on this journey to do something very interesting, and just do it. As cliched as it is, the journey is ultimately what matters. I've made my second film after Heartbreak a couple years later, and then I'm on my pre-production for my third film right now. So it's not like the movie itself is my greatest memory in life, but it's the process of how I made it, and that's what I would take with me for the rest of my life. And I hope you guys can tap into that too. I hope that you guys can find what you need to find. People are going through stuff, and we just never know how our story can help them. And I know that I wouldn't be here without the stories of many, many people who've helped me gather the strength and the courage and the wisdom to get to where I am. So, that's literally what I'm trying to do here. Just trying to throw in my 50 cents and actually just share this beautiful moment that I'm having with all of you guys. Hopefully, as always, you take something out of this. I really do look forward to hearing about your stories and your victories and things that you've done or continue to do or will do. I just want to thank you guys. The video I made last week, if you guys haven't seen it, I'll link that below too. It was something different, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, and please let me know, but I would love to make something like that every month or something. It does give me a little bit more creative satisfaction. I can't promise that I can do it all the time, but I would love to do more of those. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm going to come back with a bit more practical stuff very soon. I'm going to talk about the AI tools. I'm going to talk about my process of how I wrote my last film. There's a lot of fun stuff that I've been thinking about, but like you guys know, it took me 2 years to get here, so there's a lot that I want to share. And then there's days like these where something totally different comes to me, and I just hope I can add some sort of value. And please just take the parts that resonate with you. The things that don't, just let it go. I'm sure someone else might benefit from hearing that. There is a lot you can do with just what you have and exactly where you are. And so the excuses of time, money, skill sets, science even sometimes. I know people kill me for that, but honestly, you can defy a lot of that stuff, and you can still make things happen if you just believe in making it happen. And if your passion, like I said, is stronger than the excuses. And I'm gonna hold myself accountable for a lot of stuff that I make excuses for too. Anyway, I will see you guys very soon. Thank you so much. please feel free to subscribe to my newsletters for more updates on my life, and just yeah, feel free to reach out to me and check out my music, my just my work if you want to. I don't know. Thank you.